is up, everybody? Welcome to another fresh take. Vikki is back from her birthday/vacation. Vikki, how are you?
I'm good, even though I was back last week, but Jay just ignored me and he replaced me. I'm just saying it's just like in the show, the black woman trying to, come up and everybody holding her down. Ain't that a shame? Go ahead.
So you're not gonna tell anybody how you straight up ignored my two text messages I sent you?
I The fact that you think I ignore your text message, maybe you should think maybe she didn't get the text message. When do I ignore your text message?
So you just left me on red.
I didn't get them.
This is what happens when you go to Vegas, people.
This is what happens when people think you ignored a text message and you ain't got a history ignoring their text message.
This is what happens when you go to Vegas, people. I'm thinking about mine.
You see how easily I get replaced? You see that?
Wow, really?
Sandstorm been trying to take my spot. You want my spot? Huh? Flash, you want my spot? Sandstorm, he is Flash from the 5 Heartbeats.
Wow. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I have no segue into this. So good news with Kenobi episode 3. I know there's been a lot of straight up haterade about what happens in this episode as far as Vader and Kenobi meeting, and I'm gonna go and address that right now at the gate. What did y'all expect was gonna happen? Kenobi is suffering from severe PTSD. He's been detached from the Force for at least 5 of the 10 years he's been hiding.
Yeah, so when they want some
what did you think was gonna happen?
I mean, my man is suffering a lot.
Yeah, and that entire sequence of him landing in that village, you talk about a horror movie. He's just he made Freddy and Jason and Michael Myers be like, bro, hold up. So I just had to address that off the rip because I'm seeing that and I'm like, have y'all not paid attention to the first 2 episodes? Kenobi has severe PTSD.
My man is living in a desert cave, watching over Luke. That is what he does.
Yeah, he has not been training at all.
He lives in the cave and watches, and gets flashbacks of when he thought he killed Anakin. He gets all kinds of flashbacks, which is PTSD, and he just be in the cave. He's like, I can't leave. I gotta watch Luke. I can't leave. I gotta watch Luke. Like,
I don't know what people thought that was gonna be. I really don't think people thought their first interaction was gonna be Obi-Wan just like hulking up and fighting him to a stand. Like, no, dude, that was not gonna happen. So, but before that, shout out to James Earl Jones voicing Vader once again. I'm so happy because he is terrifying. That voice is terrifying with that respirator behind it.
Yeah, and James Earl Jones is how old now?
91.
We gotta listen.
Get as much as you can out of the voiceovers. Get as much as you can. For real. Okay, so basically this episode is them trying to get to where I can't remember Kamal Nanjiani's character now. I keep calling him Kamal Nanjiani because that's who he is to me. He gave him the coordinates to this planet so he can meet up with somebody that can get Leia back to Alderaan. And this is basically them. It's kind of like a lone wolf and cub thing where you have Obi-Wan escorting Leia and Leia being a precocious 10-year-old.
Yo.
I mean,
that's how you know Leia ain't got a black mom, because she would have been beat and would have been not running away, would have been acting right. And then how stranger danger, she's a princess. How did her dad not give Obi-Wan the code is strawberry?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
something.
There's no protocols for when the princess gets kidnapped. There has to be protocols, and there should be like obviously secret words that can be said so the princess knows that this is an actual rescue. I don't understand
Well,
how.
I think they were trying not to, because they thought they were far away from the problem, and nobody would be that bold to come
Well, no,
kidnap her.
but there should still be princess kidnapping
It
protocol.
should be. It should
Period.
be.
Regardless of who she was, Leia or not.
Yeah.
Isn't there like
It should be, because she should have somebody.
Like the senator, he's part of the Senate. He's still like somebody important.
Yeah. You would have somebody that be assigned to her as her bodyguard, basically.
And she's
like
vulnerable.
She has no like, because I know people don't like to hear this, but like when you have like president's kids, like the Secret Service, they have detail for the kids. Like I think Sasha Malia still has a detail with them.
Yeah, they do. So like,
yeah,
how does she not have
somebody
handler?
So, yeah. That whole situation though on that planet is actually interesting because from a story perspective, they actually show like you see some stormtroopers just like they tired of being there. They mad that they're there. Their armor is dirty. They're like, man, this some bull. What's up, Frick, man? How you like? They talking to the people like, hey, man, yeah, we just gotta go to the next point. We looking for this dude. We don't need know where he at. I just want to go home. Like, and then they also do something that they don't really do in the movies because in the movies you see the Empire as the colossal pieces of you know what they are. In this though, you got to see it from like the average everyday person. They did bring a sense of order to the galaxy because you don't have like roving bandits and all that stuff. They weren't doing all that. So you have like a normal average person like, yeah, man, since they came in, I ain't got to worry about nothing. All I got to do is just do what they asked me to do and I can live my life comfortably.
Mm-hmm.
Until Darth Vader shows up looking for Obi-Wan, but we'll get to that in a minute. But, you know, you don't really get to see it like that. So I kind of understand why the guy that they meet up to drive them to the port did what he did, because like in his eyes, hey, look, the Empire ain't never did wrong by me. Like,
yeah,
before, like, I had to worry about bandits, I had to worry about getting robbed and all this other stuff. Now we don't really have, I hadn't had them problems in 10 years. So I'm good. I love them. So it kind of makes you think a little bit. And I thought that was a very interesting thing that they did with the episode, was actually show that. Now, this episode is a little bit more on the violent side. All the people that was complaining about the action, not having enough action, it was boring. Yeah. People died in this episode. And that's putting it lightly. And not just Vader. Now, when Vader does make landfall, because you see him in the beginning and he's talking to Reva, aka third sister, and basically telling her like, look, if you do what I say and you find Obi-Wan, you're gonna be given the title of Grand Inquisitor. You fail me, you're gonna see what I'm about to do. What I'm gonna do to you is what you're gonna see at the end of this episode. And that's to start off. If you fail me. This is Empire Strikes Back Vader. The Vader that would force choke you just for bringing him decaf. Like, he was just killing, like, when Vader was just going through, dude came out of hyperspace too fast. He choked him. Dude said something he didn't like. He choked him. I think Family Guy did the best parody of that, where they just had Stewie just choking everybody for no reason whatsoever. So this is back on that version of Vader, but he is
like Anakin. My camera. Anakin took how long to heal? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, how many years did it take him to heal to get to the point of being able to walk and whatever? And he's, I mean, obviously we all know he's still jacked up underneath of that.
Yeah.
So like, and Leia is 10. So it's only been 10 years with a good number of the beginning of the years of Anakin being in probably one of them little tube things, the tank things for however long, and still has to get in them all the time anyway. He big mad right now it's not like fast forward to like, later on for like
I do
episode
not hold
5
grudges.
and 6,
Yeah.
because episode 4, now that's like how many years later? That's like now 20, 30 years, whatever.
Yeah.
So like there, he has time to work through some things. He's still mad, but work through some things. But this is like he still feels the fire on his body. The lava is still eating at him. Okay, I'm gonna see Obi-Wan when I'm still in that mental state. Yo, the potential to get to Obi-Wan, I'm murking anybody in my way.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is exactly pretty much what he does. Because the other interesting thing I found about this episode was, they find the person that's helping them. They do show the whole rebel thing. So it's kind of like the Jedi Underground Railroad type situation of them like ferreting Jedis and people that don't like that know the Empire is on some BS off planet. And the thing is, when he lands, it's at night, and I love the way it's shot because it's at night. So there's already something wrong there. Then he comes out. Like everybody, all of the stormtroopers line up, the Inquisitors, they line up behind the stormtroopers. He comes out, and Obi-Wan knows he's there. Because the whole episode, Obi-Wan was like, Master Qui-Gon, Master Qui-Gon. He's like, dude, what in the world is wrong with you? And then that's when they go through the part of him getting everything put back on when Vader gets his arms and his legs and then everything, he's getting out the tank. And Obi-Wan sensed that. So now we're in the little village, and all Obi-Wan had to do was go in the little tunnel with them and leave. That's all he had to do.
All you had to do.
Why did you go back to that window? I would have went back to that window.
Why did homegirl not get Leia all the way to the end? Yeah. Why did she leave her part way? A 10-year-old who don't listen to nobody. You left her part way. Like, there was so many poor decisions by the adults in the show.
Yeah. It's okay. When Obi-Wan first went to that window and he saw the first dude, when he pulled the woman who was looking at the blinders and pulled her out of the house like he was Scorpion from Mortal Kombat, and then I guess that was her son that came out the door, and he just straight broke his neck. Yeah. I'm talking broke his neck to the point where he was just hanging like this. Yeeked another person up in the air and was dragging them through the dirt. I'm like, bro, you need to leave. He wants you. Yeah, when you saw him broke the first dude's neck, I would have been in that hallway. We need to go now. Like, tell dude to have that plane ready to go, because I'm gonna force jump us onto that. That area. We got to get over here.
No sense.
Yeah, and he just stood there, just watching him do this, and I'm like, bro, he's trying to lure you out. If you want to save all these people, you're gonna have to leave.
Yeah, go.
You just gonna have to leave, because if he finds you, it's on. And then another thing happened. They flipped the viewpoint. So at first we're seeing it from Obi-Wan's view. Then they flipped to Vader's view, where he's choking people and just committing stuff. And then he sees Obi-Wan in that little, I guess, between the two houses. And he flips again. And I'm like, oh, snap, dude. So both of them going crazy. One of them has a tremendous grudge, and the other one is about to piss on himself. So, and that's when the whole psychological horror thing happens, because now Obi's running, and they do the thing where you hear the respirator, you don't see nothing, and then he stops, he looks around, and you see the lightsaber come out, and like, oh snap, he found him. Obi-Wan pulls out his lightsaber, like, yeah, this ain't gonna work, and then he runs. Which I'm like, smart decision, but you should have did that 20 minutes ago. Like when she was trying to get you to go in the hallway to go to the port. That should have did it the other way. And this is the part I'm guessing where a lot of the people that watch the episode is having a problem. Yes, they have their first meeting after 10 years, and Vader is basically, if Vader wanted him dead, he would have killed him. That's how easy it would have been for Vader to kill him. Vader ain't trying to kill him. He's trying to torture him. So if you are going into this fight expecting to see like some grand battle, I don't know what you were expecting to see based off what we saw in the first two episodes and what we saw at the beginning of this episode, with
Plus,
Vader basically saying, "I'm going to torture him," and he says it again, "I'm going to torture him."
it's only episode 3, so
Yeah,
what did you like? No, Obi-Wan was going to lose this
yeah,
battle for this only episode 3. Like, hello.
yeah. And now I will say this: the way he starts torturing him, where he's basically like he's not even using two hands, he's just using one hand. Then he's like, "Oh, you gonna keep blocking? You gonna keep blocking? Get back!" Then he has it's some crystals that he knocks over, sets it on fire, and this is the part of the trailer that everybody saw where he drug him through it. Well, it's not a short drag through. He kind of drags him through there for a good 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Just has him cooking.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, you remember when I got burnt up? Here you go."
Yeah, and that's basically like, yeah, no, I'm not finna kill you. I'm finna torture you, because he was like, bring him back. He was gonna bring him back, and I don't know what he had in mind, but at the same time, I'm like, yeah, this that Vader that yeah, you don't want to mess with this Vader. This the Vader that hold grudges. This the Vader that, you're lucky if he do go on and kill you and give you a swift death. You're lucky if he does that, because this Vader is not, is not one for these games. But he does get saved. But at the end, third sister finds Leia. So that's the cliffhanger that we're left with. I don't know how she got past Leia, since Leia was in front of her, and I thought there was only one way in that thing.
No, I think because she's at the end. She was at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah,
And
but third sister came behind. She found the door, and Leia was still running through it. How did she get to the end of the thing before Leia did? I don't understand that if she went in the underground tunnel.
I thought she went a different way.
Okay, I maybe need to watch that again.
I thought she had went a whole different way than what Leia went.
Well, either way, that's how it ends. Now, me, I enjoyed the episode. I thought it was good. They did a lot of stuff, like especially like the psychological horror stuff that they were doing. That's how you do a night scene if you're trying to like mess with somebody. Because a lot of times they shoot night sequences, you can't see it, aka Game of Thrones. You can't see nothing. They did a good job with this, because you saw just enough to mess with your head. And I think that worked. It set the atmosphere better. Third sister, I will say this. I still agree. I did not like the first episode, how they portrayed her, because they basically portrayed her as the angry black person. And I hate that trope, because it's a trope that to me is stupid, and it makes you feel like you can't have emotion, and it's just stupid. But like I said, with episode 2 and even in episode 3, you understand why she's like that. They ain't been giving her props. And she's frustrated to the point of, you know what? Fine, I'm just gonna take it. I'm gonna take my props that I'm supposed to be given. And that's why she was directly speaking to Vader. And that's why she pretty much had her deal with Vader. Now, fourth brother, I don't know what his deal is. I was waiting for Reva to just kill him too, so we don't have to deal with that no more. But I guess we just gonna have to wait another couple episodes. I got a feeling she's gonna do him in too. I do have a feeling that she is the girl that they showed during the whole Order 66 thing, that was a Jedi youngling. I think she's her.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I thought that was understood that was her.
Well, we don't know, because they didn't say anything, and we know, like,
but you know it was her.
Yeah, but I'm erring on the side of caution, because supposedly Anakin them killed all them younglings. Supposedly, I mean, that's what we've been told, and I'm like, oh, so y'all.
I never thought you never kill everybody.
I thought he did, because just how the way they did that scene.
Oh no, I never think you kill everybody. I always think that there's people who get out. There's always. Otherwise, the stories will end. If there's not people who get out mysteriously through blah blah blah, or they weren't there when it happened, blah blah blah. Yeah. People always get out.
Yeah. Always. Well, the other thing too that I think is very interesting about that is because of the simple fact that, like, a lot of stuff that they've been having to do, like that was done in the original movies, they're having to tweak it a little bit, and I think that's another thing that people are getting mad about. But I'm like, dude, I mean, the original stuff was done, like the original trilogy is over 40 years ago. The trilogy is over 20.
Mm-hmm.
There's gonna be some stuff that's gonna have to be tweaked if you're trying to, do it now. And I think that's what's happening with a lot of this stuff, because I think that's another reason why people are saying, well, you know, Obi would have been able to fight him back. I'm like, yeah, but if you've been paying attention to this series, he hasn't been training, so I don't know what you expect him to do in a fight with somebody who's before he got burnt up was way more powerful than him anyway. And second, he's fully pissed off.
Yeah, and he's also, living with the fact that he thought he killed him.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of emotions going on. So it's not just fighting Anakin again. It's fighting, somebody who he thought he killed before that messed him up, and turns out he ain't dead. Yeah. Then now I gotta fight him again while trying to save his daughter, and I watch over his son.
Yeah, because I also, you got to remember, like, they were close like brothers. Because remember, in Revenge of the Sith, he didn't want to fight him.
Yep.
He wanted Yoda to fight him. Because he was like, look, I can't fight him. And, I mean, in himself, he didn't have no choice. He had to go fight him. So, because he wasn't going Kenobi was not going to beat Palpatine. That just wasn't going to happen. Yoda had to be the one to fight Palpatine. So, it had to be him versus Anakin, and he didn't even want to do it, which kind of makes sense because he don't want to do it now. But that's for a completely different reason. So I'm enjoying the series so far. Of course, this is only a 6-episode series, so we only got 3 more episodes. It's gonna be interesting to see what they do with this, because we got to get our 80s movie montage of him getting his powers back, or him getting his confidence back. Because they're probably going to fight one more time. I'm pretty sure they're going to fight one more time in this series. So you got to show him get his confidence back and everything. So that's going to be interesting to see. Any final thoughts?
No, I look forward to seeing how this is going to play out. Third sister's probably going to be like, she's just going to yeet Leia out. She's like, I can't take this child. Not deal with this child. She's not even worth it.
She ain't my child, ain't my problem.
Exactly.
But yeah, this should be interesting next week. Also, next Wednesday is Miss Marvel, so we're gonna be back on the 2 review thing, because Miss Marvel starts next Wednesday. So yeah, Miss Marvel, this, and I still have to finish up Stranger Things.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
well, part 1.
Part 1. Yeah.
I'm like, it feels like some MTV mess when they would do like part 1 or seasons, part A.
Yeah, part A, and then
part B. I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, you will show us all of this. Leave us at an amazing moment, and be like, there's 2 more episodes. Y'all see them later. What?
Yeah.
not even like a whole nother like part B where there's like 4 more episodes, 5 more episodes. No, 2 more episodes. That's it.
Yeah, because they're gonna be feature length, and it's only you only have to wait a month, so that's a good thing. So that's a good thing. But yeah,
that's what you think until you see the last episode that they left you on. It'd be like,
what?
Yeah. Then you understand why the month does not work for you.
Gotcha. Yeah. But yeah, next Sunday is going to be Miss Marvel and Kenobi. So we're going to be back to our 2 review. I think we're going to wind up doing 2 reviews Sunday, because we're going to start overlapping. We're going to start overlapping. So this is going to be fun. So leave a comment. If you're on YouTube, leave a comment. Let us know what you guys think about the episode. Do you have an issue with how the Vader Kenobi face-off happened? I don't see it. I would like to hear more about people's issues with it, because right now the issue to me I don't think people have been paying attention to the series so far because their reasoning doesn't make a whole lot of sense if you've been following along. But let me know what you guys think, and we will catch you on the next one. Anything you want to pimp out, Vikki?
Yeah, as always, stop by Fangirl Review on Twitch and YouTube, and this upcoming Saturday, June 11th at 6 p.m. is the BIPOC Streamer Awards official ceremony. So stop by 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and celebrate your favorite streamers.
All right, cool. Also, Winging It Podcast tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we will see you there. Peace out, people.